Hello everybody, it's my great pleasure to share my thought on a resource circulation society with you. Korea experienced a lot of trouble with garbage disposal last spring. Garbage collection companies stopped collecting household waste at apartment complexes nationwide, especially in Seoul metropolitan areas, causing a great inconvenience to the residents. Also, they were embarrassed because the belief that someone would take away garbage was broken. In my childhood, I paid little attention on how to dump trash. Combustible waste was used for cooking in fireplaces. Leftover food was consumed by animals like pigs, and glass bottles and iron scrap were collected by waste pickers. However, as mass production and consumption have become a prevalent trend, valuable resources and wastage and incriminately abandoned. Besides, as a lot of disposal goods are widely used, the amount of garbage generation is increasing and it becomes difficult and expensive to handle waste. Landfills and incinerators are needed to dispose of municipal solid waste. But it is difficult to build them because residents strongly oppose the location and construction of the facilities. This is called NIMBY, not in my backyard. Further, the cost for garbage disposal are soaring since the best available technologies are applied to the facilities in order to minimize damage caused by the emissions. This means that the taxpayer's burden will increase in the end. Plastic waste among municipal solid waste is the most burdensome to the environment. Plastic is originated from plastikos, a Greek word for easily shaped. Korea began to produce plastic products in the mid-1960s. Due to their low cost, ease of manufacture, and durability, plastic makes our lives convenient. On the other hand, too much dependence on it is a problem. So scientists say our time will be remembered as the plastic age. Furthermore, disposable plastic is used once and thrown away, which could lead to waste resources and put a burden to the environment. Plastic takes hundreds of years to decompose, and when burnt, air pollutants such as dioxins are emitted. Plastic damages the marine ecosystem when it enters oceans through rivers. Research showed that 13 billion tons of plastic waste are flowing into the ocean each year. When fishes or sea turtles eat plastics, they no longer eat food because they feel full and die slowly. Plastic is naturally decomposed into microplastics with a diameter of less than 5 millimeters, and then fishes eat them by mistaking them for prey, food. Through the food chain, where humans eat the fishes, microplastics enter the human body, functioning as endocrine disruptor. In order to minimize the negative impact on the terrestrial and marine ecosystem, we need to reduce the use of plastics or collect and recycle them as much as possible. Only 9% of plastic globally produced has been recycled since 1950s. Among the waste generated in our daily life, there are such recyclable items as paper, metal cans, glass bottle, PET bottles, and other plastics. Sportswear are made from fibers extracted from PET bottles, and various household products, construction materials, and computer and TV frames, bumpers and dashboards for automobiles, and sewer pipe are made out of plastic waste. Electricity is generated by using steams coming from waste burning. Further, diffused derived fuel, RDF, is widely used as fuel in cement and paper mills in Korea. The European Union announced the Plastic 2030, a voluntary commitment in which the rates of recycling and reusing plastic packaging materials will increase to 60% by 2030 and to 100% by 2040. In recent years, upcycling has received attention, which makes fashionable and high-quality products by adding new value to recyclables, and even recycling as recreated as upcycling arts. A circular economy aims to increase resource efficiency by reducing the use of resources in design and production stages and minimizing waste generation through the recycling or reuse of post-consumed products, as well as to protect the environment. Since Korea relies on imports for more than 95% of its energy and 90% of its mineral resources, it is imperative to switch to a resource circulation society. With this, greenhouse gases can be further reduced. For building a resource circulation society, the following 4 actions are needed. First, it is important to reduce waste generation and then separate waste into different recycling purposes as sources. Korea implements a volume-based waste fee system, which charges fees on waste generators according to the amount of garbage they throw away. In other words, garbage should be discarded in a prepaid bags, while recyclables can be dumped free of charge. It is highly recommended that we should discard recyclables in a clean condition. Otherwise, it is very difficult to recycle dirty recyclable items with foreign metals, as well as too expensive. Second, the use of plastic products needs to be reduced. Since packaging materials occupy 40% of the plastic products made globally, we could cut a lot of plastics by using shopping bags instead of single-use plastic bags. In Korea, disposable plastic bags are not allowed to provide free of charge. They sell 50 won each, and the use of them has been banned in large retailers such as supermarket and department stores since this year. The European Union plans to ban the use of single-use plastic products such as straw and plates in 2021. New York, the USA, is discussing ways to ban the use of disposable plastic bags and paper bags in markets. Kenya in Africa charges US $38,000 of the penalties to individuals who use single-use plastic bags. In the Philippines, plastic trash can be exchanged for rice, which aims to clean up the streets and feed poor families cheaply. 1 kilogram of plastic, 1 kilogram of rice is given to anyone who brings in 2 kilograms of plastic trash, which is organized by civic groups. Third, we need to consume environmentally friendly products, like eco-labeled products. If consumers prefer the products with less resource intensity and less waste generation to among the same product categories, producers will tend to make eco-friendly products in order to meet the consumers' demands. Changes in our consumption patterns can impact the way that companies design and manufacture their products, and ultimately transform our society into sustainable and consumption structure. Fourth, saving electricity and water in our daily lives can reduce the use of resources while also helping to protect the environment. Around 70% of electricity is produced from nuclear and coal-fired power plants in Korea. Coal-powered plants are considered to be one of the main sources of serious fine dust in winter. In addition, more than 90% of water resources depend on surface water, like rivers and lakes. If the amount of sewage increases, the contamination of water sources increases as much. Further, sewage needs to be treated at sewage plants before discharging it into rivers. And the river water is also treated at water purification plants producing tap water, which takes a lot of energy and costs. Let me finish my talk quoting the speech made by Greta Thunberg, who is a young Swedish climate activist. We need to stand together, support each other, and take action, because it might be too late. And thank you very much for your attention, and I hope all of you to enjoy the rest of the forum.